Hi Internet, it's me, Pan42 Tarot. Welcome to this week's reading. This week we're going to be doing a spread that was made by Labyrinthos. I think that's how you say their name. I will link them down in the description. And it's all about High Priestess energy. So we're going to be exploring some mystery in our lives and getting some wisdom, like really tapping into our unconscious kind of energy. Yeah. So, yeah, there's going to be 4 groups today. If you follow my Instagram, you will already have had a sneak preview of the cards that we're using today. I'm just going to be showing you the deck that you can see, and then I'm going to flip over to the High Priestess card, and you just pick whatever High Priestess calls out to you. Okay? Okay. Oh, and in case you did watch the Instagram, like, it's not going to be the same cards as what was on the Instagram. It's not the same spread. It's all different. So if a different High Priestess calls out to you this time as opposed to on the Instagram, don't worry, that's fine. Just go with your intuition, because that's what the High Priestess is all about, our intuition. So here we go. So pile number 1 is the Tarot of the Divine here, and this is your High Priestess. She's a real pretty High Priestess. I really like this one. This one is about the princess who tells 1,000 tales. It's really cool. So that's your High Priestess, group number 1. So then we're moving on to group number 2. Group number 2 is this deck here. This is the Wizards of the Barge tarot. He's just an artist that makes some really funky, cool art. So this is his deck, and this is his High Priestess. She's very sexually charged, but she's also super cool. His art is very neon and very alien. I really like it. So that's group number 2. And yes, I did have to cover up her boobies because of YouTube being awful. So then group number 3, this is your deck here. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. And your High Priestess is Sally. She's really pretty. And lastly, group number 4's, this is your deck. This is the, what's it called? The Philly Tarot deck. That was easy. This is the Philly Tarot deck. Oh, sorry. This is the Philly Tarot deck here. And group number 4's, this is your High Priestess. The imagery of this deck is very on point to the original Rider-Waite Smith tarot, as far as like the positions and the colors and all that stuff, but the people in them are all Philly celebrities or Philly landmarks or all kinds of stuff. So this lady here, she is a very famous NPR interviewer, National Public Radio. So that's group number 4. And yeah, so these are the 4 groups. I didn't have any little trinkets today because none called out to me, but this is the thing. So pick out which card, which High Priestess really speaks to you guys. And don't worry, there's no wrong answer. follow your intuition. That's the whole point of the High Priestess, like your intuition. So, thanks, Internet. I will see you all at your groups. This was Pan. Bye. Hi, group number ones. Welcome to your reading this week. This week we're exploring High Priestess energy. So this is the High Priestess that pulled you in. Ooh, so pretty. And we're going to be using the Tarot of the Divine deck. Hooray. So I'm just going to shuffle her back in. Yeah, so this spread is a 6-card spread, and we're talking about things that are hidden from you. So we're going to explore some mystery and some unconscious fears and get some wisdom about it. So here we go. I'm gonna pull the cards and then I'm gonna tell you what each position is, as per usual. That one, okay. 1, 2, 'So, group number 1. High Priestess energy. The High Priestess, she is a mysterious figure because her original name when the tarot was first created was the Papet, I think, or Popet, I think is how they said it. And the Popet was basically the girl version of the Pope, and it changed a while down the road because there really wasn't a Popet anymore. But there were still High Priestesses in lots of different religions. So she really represents the female version of a high priest, like the feminine shaman energy. So a lot of female shaman energy is a lot about seeing the unseen. A lot of women were like seers and prophetesses and that kind of thing. So, and in the tarot card, normally you will see the moon. And the moon, it represents hidden things and fears and all that stuff. So the High Priestess's domain is the moon, the hidden emotions, the hidden things. So here we go. So card number 1, this is the mystery in your life. What is being hidden from you? What are you not seeing? And the card we have here is, the 3 of Swords. Ooh, very interesting. So the 3 of Swords is about heartbreak. And in this particular deck, it's also about betrayal and about self-harm, self-sabotage, self-destruction. So what is being hidden from you? Perhaps the mystery of your life is why you're feeling so heartbroken. Perhaps you've been feeling a bit down and you're not sure why. It could also be that you have been acting out for some reason, and what is hidden from you is it's because of a heartbreak that you have been going through that you think hasn't been affecting you, but it's been coming out in other ways besides the obvious way of just wanting to cry and stuff. Because grief and heartbreak can come out in a lot of different ways in our life. And everybody reacts very differently. So you could be going through a grief and you're thinking, it's not affecting me. but it is, and what is hidden from you is how it is affecting you, how you are self-sabotaging because of this grief. It might not be obvious to you, but it's likely obvious to the people around you who have been watching you. Yeah, so what is hidden from you? It's a heartbreak of some kind. Either it is one happening behind your back, so you are not witnessing it yet, or it is one that you have denied is a heartbreak. So you are actively grieving while denying that you're actively grieving. So, this next card is card number 2. This is the avoidance. And this card is, ooh, we have the Chariot. Interesting. This makes a lot of sense. The Chariot is all about moving. It's about moving forward. It's about harnessing different energies in our life to try and move us forward. It's about being the master of your own boat, being the captain of your own boat. I say boat because in this deck it is a boat. But it's about being the master of your own path, of your own direction. And as what you are avoiding, what you're trying to not do is perhaps you're trying to not face this grief. Like we said before, you're actively denying that the grief exists, so you can't move on from it because you have not given the grief its full space to exist. It hasn't had the space in your life to be confronted properly. So you can't move on because there's this giant grief or heartbreak sitting on top of you, as if it's like a devil sitting on your chest, like not letting you get up in the morning. And because of that, you are avoiding moving forward because you feel like you don't have anywhere to go. You could also be just avoiding processing this grief. You could be avoiding the process because if you start the process of grieving, then whatever you lost that you are grieving is really truly gone. And you don't want that to be true, so you are avoiding it. You are actively trying to not process your grief or heartbreak or loss. Yeah. And 3. The next one is, what is our unconscious fear? And here we have the Fool. I love this card. It's the Little Mermaid in this deck, which makes total sense to me because she's such a fool. Leaving the sea for legs, for a dude, of course. But she sees such beauty in the other world that she wants to go see it. Anyway, what is your unconscious fear? Your unconscious fear here is that if you process this grief, if you leave this thing behind, if you move forward, that you will foolishly either forget that the thing ever existed, or you will find yourself happy on the other side. And you're confused as to how you could be happy without this thing that you're grieving, without this thing that you're supposed to be moving forward from. You don't see a future without that thing. So your unconscious fear is that I might actually be happier without this thing. And if you held on to whatever it is for years and years, like the thought of being happy without the thing might feel like you have wasted time. It might feel like you have, it might feel like you've abandoned something that you forgot its importance if you're happy afterwards, you know? If you're afraid you're going to recklessly go forward in your life and forget that the thing ever happened. And I'm here to tell you, like, even if you're happy after grief, you never forget the grief. You never forget the people you leave behind, even if you don't carry them with you every second of the day. Like, I had an aunt that died, and it's still a thing that I think about pretty often. Like, I haven't left her. She's actually one of my spirit guides. All of our family still grieves her loss. We have not forgotten her, but we all had to move forward in our lives. We had to continue living because there were things that had to happen, because there were people left behind that needed our help. So we had to move forward without her, so that her children could have the life that they deserve as well. We couldn't just leave, like, we couldn't just sit in the sad. We had to provide. But the sad has never left. We've never forgotten her. There's no replacing her. There's no forgetting. That person never leaves. And even though we are joyous in our continued love of that family and the accomplishments of the children and all of that stuff, like, we are moving forward with joy, we always remember that she was there, because without her, the children wouldn't even exist, right? So if you're leaving somebody behind, even if it's not in a death, even if it's just in a, I can't be a part of your life anymore kind of leaving, you're not going to forget what they gave you. You're not going to forget. You're not going to stop. You're not going to forget them. Like, they will always be a part of you, because they brought you to where you are now. And that was really important for you to get here, you know? And even if they're not part of the rest of your journey, they're still important. And it's not wrong. It's not wrong for you to be happy after being sad. After leaving somebody behind, it's not wrong for you to feel happy. It's not wrong for you to feel relief. This is not weird. It's not wrong. It's just how it is. And you deserve to feel happiness after whatever this is. Like, don't be afraid of how others will perceive you, because that doesn't matter. Your life is what matters. Okay. So the next card we have is your unconscious desire. This is like how you would like things to move forward. This is like what your deepest like wish for this situation is. And we have the Six of Swords. Oh, I love this. So the Six of Swords is all about moving. It's about moving on. It's about taking your swords that are important with you and leaving something behind. As you can see, the figures are in this card have their backs towards us, and the waters on this side of the boat are choppy and unpredictable, but the waters on the other side of the boat, the direction they're heading, are smooth and glorious, and the land ahead of them is green and prosperous. And then they also have this beautiful blue sky and like a little city in the background. Like, they are moving from something hard into something hopeful and beautiful. So that is your unconscious desire, that this hard moment that you're in right now, that you will be able to move on from it, that you will be able to see light at the end of the tunnel and be able to move from these choppy waters to better, smoother waters. But you're avoiding the moving because you're afraid. You're afraid of forgetting what is important. But Six of Swords normally in this card, well, on this one, they're on the boat. But the swords are normally in the boat with the people that are leaving. And I really actually like this, that the swords are on the boat. If you can see they're printed right here on the boat. This is actually really beautiful because this talks about bringing what mattered with you, bringing what you need with you from where you were to where you're going. And in this instance, the boat, the means of getting to where you're going has the swords on it. So these memories, these moments, these important things that you're afraid that you'll abandon if you become happy, if you move towards a brighter shore, these things are emblazoned on you. Like, they are a part of you. They cannot even get off of this boat. Like, they are your means to getting forward. And it's impossible for you to drop these in the ocean or lose these, because they're a part of the vessel you are traveling in. This thing, whatever it is you're leaving behind, has become such a part of you that it will never leave you. So even though you have to move on to brighter shores, the memories that are so important to you are emblazoned on you. You can't leave them behind. It's impossible. So what is important for you to have is going to come with you. It's coming with you. You don't have to be afraid that it's going to disappear. It's coming with you. So the next card we have is the 5. This is the work that needs to be done. And we have the Magician. I believe this is Cinderella. And in this version of Cinderella, she's given a magic wand by her fairy godmother to do all the magic herself, instead of the other way around, where the fairy godmother does all the magic. So what is the work that needs to be done? You need to do some major transformation of these memories, instead of and some major transformation of this grief. So in the process of getting over hard things, there has to be a reframing of the tragic event so that you can move forward, so that you don't see it as all negative, because an all negative event can really harm our psyche. Like, it can really it's trauma. It causes lots of problems further down the line. So to accept these hard things that have happened to you, you have to change your perspective on them a little bit. I just read a book called What My Bones Know, which is all about complex PTSD, and about how this woman goes on a journey to heal that in herself. And it's hard. It's a real hard read. I am not suggesting this book lightly. I am saying this is a hard read. It's very sad, but the information in it is incredibly valuable. At least it was to me. It's a real hard read, guys. Do not go into this book lightly. There's a lot of trigger warnings of abuse and just very sad. But that book talks a lot about some moments where she had to re-parent herself and go back into the memory that she has, and instead of letting that thing happen to a younger version of herself, as the older version of herself, reach down and see that younger version and say, this should not have happened to you. You should have been held. You should have been loved. All of that kind of stuff. But also accepting these sad, horrible events and seeing that without these things, I wouldn't have pushed myself to do this. And that led me to meet the love of my life, which led me to this career, which led me to, you know, like, horrible events sometimes push us forward in ways we wouldn't have been pushed to go before. Not saying that that horrible thing that happened is good. It's not. But reframing how we think about that event can help us move forward in a totally different way. And the Magician is all about transmuting energies and changing how things flow and creating new out of old, out of various items, like changing a pumpkin into a chariot, like changing a ratty dress into a beautiful one, changing mice into horses, like that kind of energy of seeing the horrible thing and seeing the good that has come out of it, and just transforming your views on the horrible thing. That process is better done with people. You can do it on your own. But I would suggest with people, just because our brains can be very mean to ourselves, and there needs to be a lot of love in this process. And it's easier to do that kind of loving work with somebody who loves you, or a professional who is trained to help you through that journey. So there we go. That's the work that needs to be done. It needs to be a transformation of mind, a transformation of how you see this person or this event or whatever it is, so that you can move on. Now, lastly, we have this card 6. This is the higher wisdom that is being offered to you from the High Priestess energy. And we have the Page of Coins. Oh, this is the Page of Pentacles. I love the Page of Pentacles. Sorry. The Page of Pentacles I always see as me. So I love the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is the eternal student. The Page of Pentacles is the one who learns, the one who is constantly curious, who is constantly questioning and trying to understand. I believe this higher wisdom that the High Priestess energy is trying to give you is that this whole hiding, this whole like not wanting to move forward because of not wanting to forget and all that stuff, the curiosity will be the key to unlocking your desire to move on. Being curious about why this thing happened, being curious why you reacted this way, being curious about how your brain works that made you react this way. Being just open and curious about other people's reactions, about how you interact with other people and why you do it that way. Like, instead of judging yourself for how you reacted or how you're reacting now, like, instead of judging yourself for those things that you're doing that might be self-harming, that might be self-destructive, stop judging yourself for it and be curious about why or how or what. Be curious. Instead of judgment, bring curiosity to the table. Because if you are curious about how your own brain, how your own emotions react to create a situation that you're in, it will open your eyes as to why you do things the way you do, and be able to circumvent the whole thing from blowing up. Like, You'll be able to recognize your own patterns in a way you never have before, which will enable you to love yourself and stop those things from happening. So that book I suggested, What My Bones Know, like there's a section in it that talks about the Hulk, the superhero, right? He is a superhero, but his whole thing is anger. Like normally anger is a huge negative emotion for us. But instead of it being a bad thing in this situation, it's a good thing because his anger protects him in situations where he would die, right? Like the Hulk fights things that would kill Bruce Banner. So in that instance, the anger is coming out to protect you. So seeing the Hulk as a superhero, as a positive thing, and instead of being like, hello Hulk, I hate you, please go away, and trying to tamp down the Hulk, whatever it is, sadness, anger, whatever, instead of trying to tamp that down, instead being like, hello Hulk, I see that you're here, like you must be worried that I'm in a bad situation, like thank you so much for protecting me, and please let me know, like, what is it about this situation that's making you show up? That approach to yourself is so much kinder, is so much gentler, and is so much more positive for you and for your heart. And you'll just, I feel like that would be a great exercise for you guys, to be curious about your own reaction, about your own avoidance. And instead of judging yourself for being avoidant, instead be curious and question and dig deep. Yes. So that is your last advice. I am going to go get my oracle cards and I will be right back. I'm back, pile number 1. So we're going to be using my Heart of Fairy Oracle today because it does give me off some dark, kind of spooky High Priestess energy. So this will be our last message from our High Priestess energy. Just one little parting message for you guys. So, let's see what we get. Could we please have one parting message for group number 1 and the grief that they're trying to process? Ooh, thank you. So, we have the Shapeshifter. This is an excellent card for you guys. The Shapeshifter. This is card number 14. And I'm going to read it to you out of the book, because as per usual, I do not have them memorized. All right, the Shapeshifter. Perception, illusion, truth within. Ooh, this is a very good card for you guys. Very High Priestess, no doubt. All right. Who is this man? Well, that's the problem, really. He is everything and nothing. He can change who and what he is to suit any situation and any relationship. In being all things to all people, he becomes as insubstantial as smoke. If you place your trust in someone like this, you may find yourself waking up to a stranger one day, not the person you thought you knew at all. A relationship with a shapeshifter is a frustrating experience. You will never be able to pin this person down. You will never be able to really know this person, who this person is. And the sad thing is, he may not know who he is either. If you find yourself in a relationship like this, you could do worse than to ask the speaker of truth to help you out. By doing this, you may be able to find a path into the heart of this man, and you may just be able to help him find the truth within himself. You must ask yourself if it's worth the effort, and if the answer is yes, then be strong and courageous. Hold on to him as he shifts through his many shapes. You may find yourself with a true man at the end. That's nice. I think that also has a lot to do with you and a lot to do with yourself and how shape shifting may assist you through this transition of grief. But don't forget to be true to yourself as well. So that's all I'm seeing for you guys in this reading. Thank you so much for being here, group number 1. Thank you to your guides and the High Priestess for her energy today. And please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have a blessed everything, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, group number 1. This was Pan. Bye. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading this week. This week we are doing a reading all about High Priestess energy. So we're going to be exploring some mysteries, some hidden things. The High Priestess energy is all about hidden things and ourself and all kinds of stuff like that. So here we go. We are ready, I believe. This is the High Priestess card that pulled you in. Oh, there we go. There she is. She is super cool. Like her a lot. Your group, I might have to pause a couple times depending on what cards I pull, because there's a lot of boobs in this deck, which I really like, but YouTube has a problem with. Sons of bitches. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, I'm all about free the nipple. Come on, guys. Anyway, I'm going to shuffle this deck for you guys, and we're going to get right into your reading. So this spread that I'm going to be using today is one that I found on Pinterest through the company Labyrinthos. They do a lot of really helpful spreads and information that is super helpful if you're like a new witch or a new to tarot person. They're really helpful. And most of their stuff you can find around for free. So I'm gonna link them down in the description. So if you want to look up your own thing, you totally can. They've done like a spread for nearly every major arcana there is. So if you have a major arcana that you're particularly connected with, you could definitely look them up and see if they've done one for your favorite. Anyway, we're doing High Priestess today. So, High Priestess, could you please give us messages for group number 2? Any messages for group number 2? This deck is not a particular popper, so we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you wanted those both there. Okay. 6. Well, you got 2 cards for number 5 because that's how they came out together. So, here we go. We're going to look at all these cards. I really love this art. It's so neon and pretty, but also like so dark and kind of kinky. Which, you know, that gives me High Priestess vibes. Anyway, also when I interviewed this deck in particular, the High Priestess came out and it was very much like, I am about sexual feminine energy, but also like wisdom. So we'll see. This is the first time I've used this deck on the channel, so let's see how it goes. Woo! Okay, anyway. So your first card here is all about mystery and something that's hidden from you. So the card you have is Temperance. Focus on the actual card. There we go. Temperance. Ooh, very interesting. I actually really like this Temperance card. So, what is hidden from you? I think the mystery, the thing that you're struggling with at the moment is you're looking for a way to balance your life You're looking for a way, like at the moment you might feel like you're spreading your energy everywhere and it's not working for you. So you're looking for a way to balance your energies. You're looking for a way to both do what you want to be doing and also make money. Or you're looking for a way to both work and also be with your family more. So what is hidden from you is the way that you could do this. You're searching for a way to create temperance, to create balance, to yeah, to really like calm your life down. Because you're in a state of like, everything is happening all at once, all of the time. And you're looking for a way to breathe, to find a space to breathe in. Yeah. So, card number 2 is the avoidance. What are you avoiding doing? And we have the Knight of Curses. Ooh, the Knight of Curses. Oh, cults. Sorry. Cults and curses are 2 things in this deck. Different things. So cults, the Knight of Cults is the Knight of Pentacles in this deck. Very kinky image there. So what are you avoiding? The Knight of Pentacles is actually the slowest moving knight. He's the one that plans and plots and like has a roadmap and a plan. So I think what you're avoiding is you're avoiding doing the hard work of looking at all the options, spreading them all out before you and figuring out what will actually work. Like you're just kind of hoping that things will work out. You're hoping that something will fall into your lap. But you are avoiding doing the actual analysis of your life. You're avoiding doing the pros and cons of a new choice. You're avoiding actually deeply looking into what would be good for you. You're trying to you're trying to move forward instead of stay still. And at the moment, it might be beneficial to you to pause for a second and try to figure out what will actually work for you. And you don't have to do this process alone. Like the Knight of Pentacles has a horse. So I always see that as there's some kind of companion with all of the knights. Like they're constantly have a companion of some kind. So you don't have to be all by yourself against this wall feeling like you're staring down like the barrel of a gun. You know, you can do it with somebody. Like find a trusted friend who can think through things analytically with you, who also you have fun with so you won't be offended when they do bring up some hard truths for you. Somebody who you really jive with, who you can really explore the pros and cons of things with, who can see things and help you see things. This might be really beneficial for you, but at the moment you're avoiding it. So maybe don't. And the next card we have is your unconscious fear. This is what you're afraid of that might be stopping you. So we have the Four of Curses. I love this art. It's so crazy. The Four of Curses. The Four of Curses is the Four of Cups. So, the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is all about, it's about a new opportunity that you're not seeing. I think your unconscious fear is that, based on the art, you feel like you've been looking and looking for this opportunity to present yourself, to present itself, to like fix all of your problems, and you've been looking and you're just so afraid that it's gonna pass you by without you seeing it, even though you've been trying so hard and looking so hard. You're afraid that it's gonna pass you by with you not even seeing it, even though you feel like your eyes are wide open. So you're afraid of missing something. You're afraid that you're missing an opportunity, a fix, a person. Like, you're afraid you're gonna pass them by when they were the thing that could have fixed your life or situation or whatever. This is an unconscious fear, and I'm hearing from your guides, like, but we're not stupid. Like, your guides aren't gonna like just let the thing pass you by, and they're like, you're not stupid. Like, when the thing shows up that is gonna help you fix this issue you're having, or this balance problem you're having, like, it's gonna be obvious. It's gonna be as plain as the nose on this guy's face. Like, you're not gonna miss it. This fear is unfounded. Because you got your eyes wide open. You may not be wanting to process all of the things that you're seeing, but you definitely have your eyes open. So don't be afraid that something's going to pass you by. Even if you did miss it for some reason, your guides would bring it back around. They're on your side. They're not going to just be like, you missed it. Sorry, bud. Like, life over now. Like, that's not how it works at all. So, yeah. So the next card we have, this is your unconscious desire. And here we have, very interesting. We have the Hierophant. So this is like your desire for how you want this to come out, like what you would like to happen, what you foresee yourself in the future, like your best dream of how this will solve itself. So the Hierophant is this, he's kind of the brother card to the High Priestess energy, because originally when the tarot was created, there was a popette and a pope, and that was the High Priestess and the Hierophant. But because religions and popularity of religions has changed over time, the names of the cards have also changed. So the Hierophant energy is this in charge, all-seeing, like, ruler of the spiritual. There's somebody who, like, is looked up to and followed. So what I'm seeing as your conscious desire, like how you want this to end up, is you want to feel in control. That's what it is. You want to feel in control. You want to feel in control. You want to feel in charge. You want to feel like your life is moving in a direction you want it to be, instead of just all over the map. You want to feel in control, and you want to be in charge, feel like you're in charge of your own destiny, and even perhaps a little bit of the destiny of those around you. You want to be able to help anybody. You want to be able to control the situation. And like, that makes a lot of sense. When you feel like your life is out of balance, you feel totally out of control. You feel like there's nothing you can do to stop it. And I'm realizing I didn't light incense, so I'm just lighting it now. But yeah, you want to be in control. This is not a bad desire. Like, some people might see the desire for control and think like, oh, you're so bossy, oh, you're so anal, whatever. Like, wanting control is not a bad thing. It is a human response to chaos. And like, some people are good, like some people, like there needs to be some people in control. If there was nobody in control, the world would be a disaster, right? So it's not, you shouldn't feel guilty about the want to have control. But you should realize the things that you absolutely do not have control of, like the weather. Like, don't be upset with yourself or the universe that you didn't have control of the weather today. You know what I mean? Like, stay within your scope of control. All right, so the next one is 5. This is the work that needs to be done to get you to the goal that you wish to, this success of having control. So you got 2 cards here, so let's see what they are. We have the 7 of Curses. Ooh, this card is so fun. And we also have the Queen of Curses. Ooh, I love this, you guys. Ugh, these cards are so fun. Anyway, so the work that needs to be done. Let's talk about it. So, I love this. So I don't know if you can tell, but the monster here in the middle, the little monster, he's made of a dodecahedron, which is a shape that is also in Dungeons and Dragons. We use it to roll. It's a dice shape that we use to roll for everything. We call it a D20. It has 20 sides, and we use it for literally everything in D&D. And you can see these people are playing cards or something, and they have castles on either side. Like, this looks like a game. Now, the 7 of Curses is the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups normally has like a bunch of different cups and different things in each cup. So I really like this image of like 2 or 3 people playing a game, and it really does kind of look like Dungeons and Dragons a little bit. And like, the whole point of that game is that there's a surprise around every corner. That like, it doesn't matter how well planned out a party makes like a heist, for instance. If you're planning a heist, it doesn't matter how well you plan out the heist. It still comes down to a roll of the dice, and that roll could be really great and everything could go amazing for you, or it could be really bad and everything could go wrong. So I think what this card is trying to tell you is to not take things so seriously. Like, there are things that are just gonna happen because like the world is random. Like, random stuff happens all the time and you don't have control over it. And that's like kind of what Dungeons and Dragons can teach you, is that like, you can try to control everything, but it still comes down to the hand of fate. It still comes down to the random thing that's about to happen, and how the important part is how you react to that random thing that happened. Like, a player in this game could, if they rolled a 1, they could either take that 1 and be miserable the whole rest of the game because we failed, or they could see that 1 as an amazing opportunity to fail and create a hilarious moment for everybody. Like, it's the difference between a player being like, oh no, I failed at unlocking this lock, so now I'm pouty the whole time, and a player being like, oh no, I failed at unlocking this lock, so the way I fail is I like just miss the lock completely and I just bang my face into the door, and that just creates a funny moment for like the whole group. Like, don't take failure so seriously. It's gonna happen, and it's really your reaction to it that will change the outcome. Like, a failure can be good or bad, and it's your reaction to the failure that creates the next opportunity. I hope that makes sense. And then the other card we have here is the Queen of Curses, which is the Queen of Cups. She is the Queen of Emotions. She's basically the mermaid. Like, she, in this card, she's depicted as this powerful ass bitch that's blowing somebody up. Like, and the Queen of Cups, she's all about emotion and femininity, and like in this card, she's all about righteous anger is really what I'm seeing in this card. Right, like using her emotion to win a battle. And not in like a horrible way, in a like badass way. So I think what your guides in the High Priestess energy is telling you is to not be afraid of your femininity, of your emotions, of the deep parts of you, because those are what will guide you. Being connected to those things is what will help you through, and what will connect you to the things that you are searching for. Like, don't hide your emotions and don't hide who you are. You are this beautiful, badass person underneath of this mask that you might be hiding under, that everything's fine. Like, take the mask off, let people know things aren't fine so people can help you, right? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing in this card. Like, that's not the exact meaning of the Queen of Cups, but like based on this art, that's what I'm seeing for this. So the last card is the higher wisdom that High Priestess would like to share with you. And here we have the Six of Curses. Man, you guys got a lot of cups. A lot of water energy in this pile. Six of Curses. Awesome. So the Six of Cups is about, it's about childlike generosity. And it's also about like meeting someone from the past, is a lot of about what this card is about. So I think the wisdom that your guides are trying to give you, that the High Priestess energy is giving you, is that there's a need to return to childlike wonder, because I'm seeing this guy having a bunch of fun making a potion. And I don't know if you guys did this when you were little, but I definitely made bunches of potions with leaves and mud and, you know, whatever gunk we found on the ground. We'd mix it up in a bowl or just in a rock or something and be like, this is a magical potion. So that childlike imagination of this is a potion when it's just a bunch of mud and leaves, like a need to return to that kind of imaginative thinking is important for you guys, because whatever situation you're in, like the need to analyze your situation and kind of do the pros and cons, I feel like it would greatly benefit from some imaginative thinking. Like there's a job for everything these days. Like, maybe there's just one that your logical brain just hasn't even thought of yet, that you need to employ some imaginative ideas to be able to find it. I think there's also a need to return to those who love you, who have loved you for a really long time, and ask for a little bit of help, because kids aren't afraid to ask for help when they can't do something, at least most kids, because they're little. Like, there's just some things they can't reach, and maybe there's just some things that you can't see, that you can't reach, that having somebody else there would really help you out. So don't be afraid to reach out to those who love you, who have been there, who understand your life and your situation, for advice. Yeah, don't be afraid of that. That will definitely help you out. So the last thing I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to pull you an oracle card from the Heart of Fairy Oracle deck. And that's going to be it for your reading, guys. So, High Priestess energy, could we have one parting message for group number 2 about this change in direction / need for balance in their lives, please? Oh, right away. Okay, so, this is nice. We have card 59, the Song. Ooh, so pretty. 59, the song. I'm going to read to you this one. Let's see. 59. Here we go. 59, the song. Attentive awareness, hidden energy. Listen with your heart. Oh, this is so you guys. All right. What is the song? What does it mean? The song is energy and vibration. Everything has its own energy, and everything has its own vibration or song. In fairy, as we travel the roads that spiral inward, we are aware of the energy of everything around us. Because we are in the other realm, it is easy to feel the energy of rocks and trees, flowers and grasses. When we travel to our human world, we might find it difficult to find any energy at all in the buildings or pavement and the stunted vegetation that surrounds us. But it is there nonetheless. No matter where we are, in a beautiful country landscape or a cityscape of steel and glass, the energy is still there, flowing through and around everything, connecting everything in a harmony of song. If you draw this card, it may be time to stop and listen. Stop and listen. But put your hands on something close to you and be aware of what you feel. Awareness and connection are so important. Relationships falter when connections are lost and energies are blocked. If you feel that a relationship is stuck, try listening for the song of the other person. Pay attention. That is one of the most important lessons that fairy has to teach us. Pay attention, and the energy will start to flow again. Aww, that's awesome. Yay! That went so well with your Christmas reading. Yeah, Spirit really wants to give you this message today. So, thank you so much for being here, group number 2. I hope you have a blessed everything. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my Instagram, because there will be more of the major arcana readings eventually. Anyway, I hope you have a blessed everything. I know I said that already, but that's all. I will see you next reading. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. This was Pan. Bye. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading today. Today we are doing a reading that is all High Priestess based. It's about mystery, the mysteries in your life and the hidden things, and some wisdom for you. So, this is the High Priestess that drew you in. It's Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. I really haven't watched this movie in so long. I really should. It's such a good one. So, I'm going to shuffle the cards and then I'm going to do the spread that we have today. Today's spread is from Labyrinthos. They're just a really cool little company that has a lot of free stuff that is really helpful if you're like new to tarot and just need some information or ideas. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I will link them down in my description today. And today we're doing their High Priestess spread, which is 6 cards. So it's not a super long one, but my other readings have gone kind of long because the High Priestess is very wise and hidden and involves a lot of talking. So I hope I don't talk your ear off, but here we go. So, High Priestess. Oh gosh, that was a lot. Do you want all of them? We do want all of them. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we will split for the last 2. So 5. Oh, they want 2 cards there. Man, that happened in the last group too. Like, I went to pull 1 card and 2 came, so maybe if you were drawn to group number 2, you might want to go back and check that one out too. We'll see. But I don't know if this just happens to be the same spot that needed more information or not. Anyway, so here we go. Woohoo! So I'm going to explain what each card is as I show it to you. So the first card we have here, this is about the mystery in your life. What is being hidden from you, or what are you not seeing or understanding at the moment? And we have the Two of Presents. The Two of Presents. This is the Two of Pentacles, which is interesting because it was a very similar message in that spot in group number 2. So yeah, you might get double messages today, which would be cool. Anyway, so the Two of Presents, the Two of Pentacles, is all about a juggling act. It's about balance and holding things up. Sometimes barely holding things up. Sometimes the art in the cards really shows the person in the middle kind of wobbling. I think because these are jack-in-the-boxes here, I think this this balancing act, considering it's a mystery to you, I think it's been kind of a surprise. Whatever situation that has popped up that you haven't realized you've been needing balance on has been a surprise. It's something that happened out of the blue that you just maybe don't know how to deal with yet. So your balancing act is kind of a mystery to you. You're not quite sure how to take this new thing and how to make it a part of your life. You're not sure how to integrate it into the balancing act you've already been doing. So this is a brand new balancing act that you're doing. It's a brand new adventure, and you're not quite sure how to integrate it with the things that you already have going on. So card number 2, this is about avoidance. What are you avoiding? And we have, holy fuck, you guys, you really should look at group number 2. We have the Knight of Presents, which is the Knight of Pentacles, which we got the exact same card in the exact same spot in group number 2. This is crazy. Like, I shuffled these cards, you guys, and they're from 2 different decks. Okay, whatever. So, the Knight of Presents, he is the Knight of Pentacles, which is the most thought out, the most organized, the most steadfast. He's also the most, like, slow to act, slow to move, because he is so planned out, because he is so organized. He thinks through everything before acting. I think what you're avoiding here is you're avoiding, see, he's like keeping lists. He's like organizing. He's like making a list and checking it twice. What you're avoiding is you're avoiding the analytical work of figuring out where to go next, of figuring out how to integrate this new thing into your life. You're just kind of throwing it all together and hoping that it works out. You're just flying by the seat of your pants, and you're avoiding doing the pros and cons. You're avoiding spring cleaning is what I'm hearing. You're avoiding clearing out some of the stuff that might need to go so you can make room for this new thing. You're avoiding spring cleaning. That's what I'm hearing. So, this next card is your unconscious fear. This is what you're kind of not letting yourself think about. And we have here the Page of Needles, which is the Page of Swords in this deck. So, the Page of Swords. What is your unconscious fear? I think you're afraid. The Page of Swords is all about, they're a person that just speaks their mind. They just talk a million miles a minute. There's somebody who lets their thoughts be known, and they're not held back by the social constraints of the world. They just kind of say what they mean, and they're not afraid of that. They're very childlike in the way that they communicate, in so much as they sometimes don't consider other people's feelings. They just kind of say stuff. I think what you're afraid of is you're afraid of coming off this way. You're afraid that if you reach out and ask for help, or if you reach out and ask for advice, you'll be seen as an immature person, and like somebody who just doesn't have their shit together. And that's not true. Like, you definitely have your shit together, otherwise the universe wouldn't throw you a new thing. Like, they wait to throw you new things until you're ready, you know? So I don't think that you're somebody who's not grounded. You are. You're afraid you're gonna come off as a blabbermouth, as an idiot, I think is what you're afraid of. You might even be afraid of your own ability to speak your mind. You might be afraid that it is causing problems. You might be afraid that your ability to say what you mean is maybe turning off some people who have been close to you before. It might feel like some people are pulling away from you because of your new need to speak the truth. And if that is a true thing that is happening and not just a fear, like, you should analyze whether it's just a fear that that's happening or if it really is happening. If it's something that really is happening and some people are leaving because of the truth that you are trying to speak, or the needs that you are expressing now, if there are people who are like, oh, you need things now, bye, like, those are not people you want around. Like, it's time to spring clean those people. Because your truth is valuable and important, just like everybody else's truth. And, like, if people can't handle your truth or what you need, then they weren't meant to be there anymore. Because you expressing your needs is healthy and not something you should be afraid to do. Like, being afraid to tell people what you need is a sign that the people around you are not supportive of you. So spring clean those people. Keep the people who are listening to you. The people who, like, hear you say you need something and then help. Those are the people you need to keep around. All right? All right. So the next card we have, this is your conscious desire. This is like what your best case scenario is, like what you would like to happen in this situation. And we have the Ace of Potions. Ooh, I love this. Look at the butterfly. You guys, I love this meaning for you. So what I'm seeing here with the Ace of Potions and like the butterfly in this, your wish from this new situation that comes in your life, you're hoping for transformation. You're hoping that this new thing that has been dropped into your lap will change everything. Even if you're like, I don't want things to change, you're still kind of like, but it would be kind of nice if everything changed. So I think what you're also hoping will happen from this new situation is a renewed fulfillment in your emotional life, because the Ace of Cups is all about your cup overflowing. It's about new opportunities in love and affection and just emotions in general. And it's about having enough in your cup that it is overflowing, that you won't run out of anything because you have the never-ending cup of love. And I think this hope for transformation is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And like, that's why the universe dropped this new thing in your lap, is so that you can transform, so that you can become better, so that you can become the butterfly, so you can fly. Yay. Awesome. That's so cute. So number 5, this is the work that needs to be done for this Ace of Potions moment to happen. Okay, so what do we have here? Ooh, we have the 3 of Needles, which is the 3 of Swords. We also have the 6 of Candles, which is the 6 of Wands. Interesting. Ooh, I love these two together. So the work that needs to be done. You remember how I said spring cleaning before? I think some of you did not like that. The thought of getting rid of some things to make room for this new thing. In fact, I think some of you knew exactly what I was talking about when I said that, and it hurt. It hurt to think of letting those things go. You're not super jazzed about it. You're like, no, guys, why? But this is a necessary work. It's a necessary piece. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna suck. But it's almost like a piece, like a clam. When a clam has a piece of sand or debris inside of its shell, it creates a serum that encapsulates the thing and becomes a pearl, right? And then it spits it out, or we go and take it out, right? The thing that is irritating your life, you may have coated it in things so that it can't hurt you as much, but now it's time to eject it. It's time to get rid of it because it's still in your system and it's still sitting there and taking up your energy. So it's time to pull these swords that have been put into your heart out one at a time, and that sucks. Like sometimes the taking out of something sharp, it hurts more or as much as it did when it got driven in. But it's necessary work for this heart to heal, is that you have to pull them out. So that's that work that I see. But there's also this beautiful message of the 6 of Candles, which is the 6 of Wands, which talks about victory. It talks about seeing yourself in a place of victory. It talks about seeing yourself as the winner. And I think that work is you having to change your perspective on yourself. Instead of seeing yourself as somebody who is in pain, who deserves the pain or whatever, like you have to see yourself as somebody who deserves victory. Somebody who deserves to be happy and healthy and to speak their needs, to have their needs met. Somebody who deserves those things, and not see yourself as somebody who deserves to be kept in a box, who deserves to be put in a bottle and not let out. The work you need to do there is to change your perspective on yourself and really put some effort into self-talk and loving yourself. And sometimes that just looks like you, whenever a negative thought comes up about yourself, just saying, I don't accept that thought. And it can be as simple as that. Just not accepting those negative thoughts is one step closer to having positive thoughts about yourself. Okay? Okay. So, number 6, this is the higher wisdom that our guides / the High Priestess has for you. So here is your higher wisdom card. We have strength. Ooh, that's so cute. Aww. So the higher wisdom the High Priestess is giving you is that you are strong, first off. You wouldn't be handed this opportunity, you wouldn't be handed this new thing if you weren't strong enough to handle it and figure out how to balance it in with your life. You are going to be given the strength to be able to pull these needles out of your heart. You're going to be given the strength to express yourself to people so that you can have your needs met. And you are strong enough to do it. You are. That is the wisdom from above. You're strong enough to do all of this. And you got this, babe. That's what the High Priestess is saying. You got this, babe. Don't worry, you got this. So the last thing that I'm going to do for you guys is I have my Heart of Fairy Oracle deck. And I'm just going to get one more message from the High Priestess about this situation that you guys find yourself in. So this will be your last parting advice. I like to do one oracle at the end just because they're more detailed in their advice and energies. So here we go. High Priestess, could you give us one last message about this new opportunity that has been thrown at pile number 1? Or, wow, not pile number 1. You guys are pile number 3. Jeez. Ooh, that was so many. But we're going to take these 2 that flipped over. Man, you guys got 2. So, this is cool. You got card number 30. Focus. You got card number 30, which is the green woman. Oh, I love the leaves in her hair. They're very elven. And then you also got card number 56, the challenge. Well, that's appropriate for you guys. And more leaves. I'm kind of hearing like you guys could really invest in some time in nature, even if it's just going out in your local park or something and walking around, or putting your feet on solid ground, or hugging a tree. I promise it's super weird. I hated the idea of this hugging a tree idea, but then I did it and I was like, oh, I actually feel much better after I did that. So I don't care if it's weird because it really made me feel better. So yeah, invest some time into nature, you guys. All right, here we go. Number 30, the green woman. Subtlety, beauty, fruition. Just as there is a balance of masculine and feminine energy in all of us, there is that same balance of energy in all of nature. The green woman is the subtle greening of the world, the gentle flow of energy, creativity, inner strength, full of moisture and nurturing qualities of plant life. She cradles us in her strong arms and soothes us with the healing energy of all that is beautiful, rather than awesome, in nature. When you observe the delicate ivy surrounding an ancient oak tree, when you smell a flower and marvel at the beauty of its form and color, you honor the strength and subtlety of the green woman. When she appears before you in a reading, let her powerful, gentle energy surround and nurture you. Nurture, yeah, that's self-love talk, guys. A relationship calls for gentle greening sometimes. Tread softly and gently to bring a relationship to fruition in its tentative stages. Be strong in your convictions, but gentle in the manner in which you present them, and you will emulate the green woman. And now we're going to read you number 56, the challenge. Self-criticism, obstruction. Go for it. This fairy stands before you as you set off on your journey. She bars the way and demands an answer to her challenge. She asks you to be brave. She may try to dissuade you from your task by whispering undermining thoughts in your ear. She is teasing you. Don't give in. Stand up to her, and she will gladly step aside and let you pass. If this fairy appears in your reading, ask yourself this question. Are you up for the challenge of this new venture, or are you too self-critical to attempt it? The challenge asks you to step up to the mark and do whatever is being asked of you. Don't let self-criticism get in the way. It's important to look at yourself, your motives, and your goals in a realistic way. But don't be tempted to listen to the voice that tells you that you're not good enough, smart enough, beautiful enough, or talented enough to attempt the task in front of you. If you're thinking about beginning a new relationship or venture, but the voice in your head keeps whispering that you're just not good enough to even consider it, remember that this is a challenge. You are being tested, so go for it. You'll be surprised at how much you can achieve. Aww. That's such a good message for you guys. Awesome. Thank you for being here, group number 3. Thank you for listening. Thank you to the High Priestess for all this amazing energy she's putting out today. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my Instagram. There will be more like little mini readings of the major arcana. I'm going through each major arcana card to try and like show you guys that even in the major arcana like set meanings, there's still some different information that can be pulled from different decks. Anyway, so yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have a blessed everything. I'll see you on the next one. This was Pan. Bye, guys. Hi, group number 4s. Welcome to your reading this week. This week we are talking all about High Priestess energy. I have a cute little spread for you guys where we're gonna explore like some mysteries that are hidden from you and also get some wisdom. It's gonna be great. So this is the card that drew you in. This is our High Priestess in our Philly deck. She's super cool, super wise. She has a little moon down here. It's a really cool card. Anyway, this is the deck we're using, the Philly Tarot deck. So I'm just gonna shuffle her back in and we're gonna get started, all right? I really love this deck, 1, because it's a silly deck, and 2, it's got shiny sides. I love the shiny sided decks. They're so pretty. Also, it shuffles nice. And it's a smaller deck, so it fits in my hands a little bit better, which I love. So, yeah, High Priestess. High Priestess is an interesting card. High Priestess, could you give us some messages for group number 4, please, based on this spread I have in front of me? Thank you. Ooh. No. Okay. The High Priestess is an interesting card because she was not always the High Priestess. She used to be, the Popette, which was a companion to the card the Hierophant, which used to be the Pope. As the popularity of Catholicism changed, so did the names of the cards. And as people made more decks and different kinds of decks, they also changed the names. So the High Priestess has a storied past. She's a very interesting card. Her energy remains very much the same despite her name change, but yeah, nowadays she's much more associated with mysticism and spirituality instead of the overarching Catholicism or Christianity. So here we go. We got 6 cards. They're all here. Here we go. Ready? we have in this first position, this is the mystery. This is what is being hidden from you, what you're perhaps not seeing in your life right now. And you have the Five of Swords. Ooh, this is very interesting. The Five of Swords. Cool. So, what is being hidden from you? The Five of Swords is about conflict. It is about a fight, a battle. It's also about, see how this guy in the front, like he obviously won, but the people behind him have dropped their swords and walked away from this situation. I think, like, in this card, he's very smug about his victory. So I feel like this card in this position is talking about perhaps somebody in your life who's trying to get a victory over on you. Somebody who is really trying to sabotage maybe your friendships or your job or something. They're trying to sabotage something that you have built, or they're trying to take something that you have built for their own. They have not earned this. This conflict, this betrayal is really sneaky and nasty. I don't like this energy. Yeah, whatever's hidden from you is a real, it's a real shit situation, you guys. Somebody around you or something around you is working against you, is working in a way to cause some kind of rift in your life. Yeah. It's not a nice feeling. It's not a nice energy. It's really very sneaky and not, I don't like it. Like, the feeling of this card is very sad. Like the people in the background really look like they're very upset. So whoever this is, or whatever this is that is taking the joy out of your life, is doing it in secret and is pushing people close to you away from you by what they're saying. Because the swords are all about thoughts, they're all about words. And in this particular thing, the swords are represented by quills, which even more points me towards writing, towards some kind of maybe contract or like social media or text messaging. Like, somebody is trying to pull the wool over your eyes and make you think one thing is true when it is not, and trying to push you away from the people that could help you. I don't like this. So yeah, that's the mystery that's being hidden from you. There's something nasty going on behind your back. So this card here is card number 2. This is the avoidance. What are you avoiding seeing? Ooh, and we have the 10 of Swords. Ooh, okay. So this is like essentially the death card of the minor arcanas. Like, this is a stab it dead kind of energy. This is something that is over. So what are you avoiding? You're avoiding either ending maybe this relationship in particular. You're either avoiding ending this, or you're avoiding seeing that it is ended, that it is over, that it's past, that it's done. Like, it's dead. It's been dead. It got murdered. Like, you're avoiding this death. And like, it could be the end of a relationship, but it could be like this job that you hate so much, it's over. Like, you have not invested in it in a long time, and it's time for you to move on. This kind of death, although it is like a finality, it is an ending, it is a completion of a cycle, like, it still points to something new on the horizon. So you could also be trying to avoid the something new on the horizon, because I don't know if you can see, but like, this is a sunrise back here that's slowly creeping up over the horizon towards the night sky. So there is something new on the horizon that, like, maybe you're avoiding that new thing by holding on to this thing that's already dead. You're afraid that the new thing won't be as good, or you're afraid that the new thing won't fulfill you, or you're afraid the new thing will leave you as soon as you let go of this old thing. Yeah. So you're avoiding this death. You're avoiding calling it a death. You're avoiding calling an end to it. Yep. So, card number 3. This is your unconscious fear. And here we have the Hermit. Oh, this makes perfect sense for you guys. I love this Hermit card. It's so cute. I love him. I've been to this garden. Behind him, this is an artist from who lived in Philadelphia. He was originally from South America somewhere, I think. But his garden, which you can see behind him, is all made out of tile and broken glass and made into this beautiful mural. And it's beautiful. Anyway, it's a place you should see if you're ever in Philadelphia. Just saying. So, this card in this position, the Hermit, what is your unconscious fear? You're afraid of being alone. It's a very loud message right there. You're afraid of being alone. But this fear, it might be driving a lot of your decisions. This might be why you've been avoiding calling an end to this gross situation, to actually seeing that this person is actively trying to harm you in a gross, horrible way, and calling an end to that relationship. You might be avoiding it because of this unconscious fear that you're going to be alone forever. Like, this is a normal human fear. Well, I'm pretty sure we all have it at some point in our lives, if not always. Like, being afraid of being alone is not a shameful thing. It's just a human thing. We were meant to be tribes. We were meant to be groups forming together to create our world. Like, we are a tribe. We are tribe people. We're like gorillas. They travel in packs. I don't know what you call a group of gorillas. But we travel together. And so letting somebody go, calling an end to a relationship feels very scary for a lot of us. It's super scary because you're not only leaving that person, you're leaving this part of your pack, this security blanket that you've had for so long. And that is scary. I know that. It is super scary. It is terrifying. I have this problem. So do not feel you are alone. This is a thing for everybody. Well, at least for me. So you're not alone. At least you have me. I'm also terrified of being alone. So yeah, yes. But the message that I'm hearing in this fear of being alone is, like, this man in this card, he made all of this beauty by himself. So even though you're afraid of letting this go, this person did not help you build this beautiful garden that you have. They may have been involved in sitting there with you while you built this beautiful garden, but it's your garden. You built this by yourself. And you may feel like you didn't do it by yourself, but you did. And that is beautiful. And like, you deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's not their labor. They've been stealing it. They've been stealing this labor. They've been going behind your back and taking what is rightfully yours. And you deserve to have the fruits of your labor. It's yours. You deserve it. And also, like, this fear of being alone is unfounded because there is something new on the horizon. There are other people, these people that are upset about what this person is doing, they're there. They're probably good friends who also don't like seeing this happen to you. So you're not alone. You're just afraid that you're going to be alone. So this next card, this is your conscious desire. This is what you would like to happen, like the best case scenario of what you would like to happen in this situation. And here we have, oh, this is cute. We have the Four of Pentacles, you guys. You guys are so cute. I like you guys. You remind me of somebody. Partially me. So, the Four of Pentacles, what's your conscious desire? You want everything. You want to hold everything. You want to keep all the things. You don't want to give anything up. Sweetie, I know you don't want to, but look at this guy. He's stuck here because he's holding on to these huge coins, and one is on his head. He's stuck here. He can't move anywhere. If you want to move, you got to remove the coin off your head so you can stand up. Otherwise, you're going to drop the coin anyway. Like, the coin on your head's going to fall off one way or another. I know you want to hold on to everything. That's what you want. That would be your best case scenario. But you got to be aware that to stand up and move forward, you might lose the coin on your head. And you have to learn to be okay with that. Like, so, like, in business, when you're starting a business, like, you have to invest money into it. Like, it feels wrong to be putting money into something that's not making you money yet. But, like, to get it off the ground and to make it make it into the thing you desire it to be, you have to invest into it. So, like, you have to lose some of the things you're holding to move forward and get something better on the other side. You have to go through this death to get to the sunrise. So this card is the work that needs to be done for the outcome, for your desired outcome. This is the work that needs to be done. And we have the Knight of Wands. Ooh, I love this. Yeah, I like this message. So the Knight of Wands, he is one of the faster knights. He's not the fastest, but the Knight of Wands is a fiery, passionate fighter. The Knight of Wands is the knight you send into battle. They're the one that's at the front of the line. They are Braveheart, yelling out a speech to inspire the troops to go forward and defeat the British, right? This is bravery, this is passion, this is forward movement and fighting. So the work that you need to do is you need to, one, reignite your passions, two, like, fight for yourself. Like this is your garden. You built this beautiful thing. Fight for yourself. This is yours. Do not let others sneakily try to take it away from you. You deserve to hold all of the cards. You deserve to fight for what is yours. Don't roll over to this deception that is happening behind your back. Instead, fight for what you know is true and right, and don't back down. Do not back down. You are correct. Do not back down. this person is going to be revealed to be a sneaky asshole. So don't back down. Don't give in to what this person wants. Don't give them all of your swords. You deserve those swords. Okay? You deserve things. Yes. All right, the last card we have here, this is the higher wisdom that the High Priestess is wanting to give you. So our last, our last bit of higher wisdom is the Ace of Swords. I love this. Love it. You have a lot of swords in your reading, a lot of thoughts, a lot of swirling thoughts. So, and in this deck, it's all about writing. So maybe this whole fight, maybe this whole thing is happening over text. Maybe this whole issue is happening over text or the internet or social media or just writing in general. Because it's a lot of thoughts swirling all around. Anyway, the last wisdom that the High Priestess is giving to you is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is about new and exciting ideas. It's about new ways of seeing your situation. It's about embracing new lines of thought. Instead of approaching this fight from your perspective, ask for some other perspectives, because there are things you cannot see. There are things that are happening behind your back, and there are other people will be able to give you a better perspective on what's truly happening, because the person you are dealing with is sneaky and hiding what is truly happening. So ask for advice. Don't be afraid of new ideas, new perspectives. Be open, listen. There are people who are wiser than you around you who can give you this higher perspective that you need right now. And, you know, be curious as well. Like, don't just condemn this person, but be curious as to why they're doing this to you. Like, what has happened to them that they are doing this to you? This will probably help you see them, not in a better light, but help you see why everything has gone wrong, but also like see that you can't fix it, so it's time for you to call it. If this person is not willing to do their own work and fix themselves, like, you can't fix them. So listen to the wisdom of others, listen to new ideas, do some research maybe. Don't be afraid of new thought. Get new perspectives, because this is one perspective that the High Priestess is giving you, and I'm sure there's others that would be useful to you to know as well. Okay? So, the last thing that I'm going to do for you guys is I have my Heart of Fairy Oracle deck, and I'm just going to get one parting message for you guys about this icky, sticky situation that you guys find yourselves in. Okay? And then our reading will be done for the day. All right. High Priestess, could you give us one final message for group number 4 about this conflict they find themselves in, and the perhaps death that they need to face, and the things that they're trying to hold on to? One final message, please. One final message for group number 4. Well, I'd like you to pop out, but if you don't want to pop, that's fine. We're going to split the deck here and pull this card. So, the card that you guys have, ooh, is card number 23, the Heartless Love. Interesting. Oh, I also saw just now on the camera 2255. So I don't know if those are numbers that your guides like to show you that are important, but there you go. So number 23, the Heartless Love. I'm gonna read you this out of the book. 23, here we go. 23, the Heartless Love. Abandonment, heartbreak, false expectations. When we think of fairy, oh, sorry, 1 second, there we go. When we think of fairy, we often think of joy, beauty, healing, and love. But sometimes the concept of love, especially physical love or heart connection, is not what we would wish it to be. Fairies have a fascination for humans, just as we have a fascination for fairies. But they don't always understand what our hearts need. To love a fairy can be a dangerous thing. They can appear to our sensibilities to be heartless or non-caring about relationships. They can love and leave, walking away from an entanglement, while the one left behind feels abandoned and bereft. They don't understand that they could be the cause of heartbreak, or if they do understand, they don't care. People often wish for a fairy lover, but that isn't always a wise wish. If the Heartless Love turns up in a reading, look at your own relationships. Are you the Heartless Love? Is the person you're involved with taking that role? Where is the energy of your relationship going? Perhaps a bit of human compassion is needed. And I think a lot of that human compassion that's needed is towards you. You need to be compassionate to yourself. Because if somebody is harming you, you don't deserve it. You don't. And you deserve to love yourself and let it, and make it stop. Okay? Okay. Thank you for being here, group number 4. Thank you for listening to this reading. I hope you have a blessed everything. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my Instagram if you want more of these like arcana, major arcana little readings that kind of teach you a little bit about the major arcanas. And I will see you all on the next one. Thank you for being here, group number 4. This was Pan. Bye.